Welcome all to the video session of mahendraguru.com, wherein today we are going to discuss one of the important topic if we consider the examination point, the competitive examination, one of the important, one of the theoretical one, and one of the most practical topic, and that is the virus one. We all must have encountered sometime or the other the threat of a virus. Now, what is actually a virus? Is a virus a computer program? Yes. A virus is a computer program. Now, if virus is a computer program, then why does it harm the computer system? Or why does it harm the digital system? This is a question that is most often asked to me. Why does a virus harm a computer system if it is a computer program? First of all, a virus is also known as a malicious code, malicious software, or a malicious program. Now, the answer to the question that I've asked you, that if virus is a computer program, then why does it harms a computer system? Let's check the answer. The answer hereby says, but before answering the question, let's check the definition. A virus is a computer program, and the definition itself says the answer. A virus is a computer program that is written with a negative or a wrong intention. A negative or a wrong intention to harm our digital system, to harm our computer system. Yes, a virus is a computer program written with a negative intention. Now, what all infections or what are the ways in which a virus can infect our computer or our digital system? Let's check the various ways in which a virus can harm a computer system. The very first way that we have is the deleting an existing file or deleting the existing files. For say, if I assume an example here, if I assume a statement rather here that I have programmed a virus, or I have drafted a program, or I have written a code that may delete the JPEG images of a system. So in that case, deleting an existing file will be the scenario. That program would be a potential threat to the system, and many cases that program would be known as a potential virus too. Second one we have is the corrupting the running application, corrupting the applications that are in execution. The third one we have is the harming the boot sector of a hard disk. Now, harming a boot sector of a hard disk is a big issue. Harming the boot sector of a hard disk means that we or you or the one whose system is being infected will never be able to boot up his or her system. So in that case, the system will never boot up. The system will never start. The fourth one we have here is this is one of the important one. Replication of files. Worm. A malicious code is here by replicating the files. Worm is that particular program that replicates the files. The last one we have is the engaging the CPU in unnecessary tasks. This is also a potential threat to a computer system. Moving on to the next one, let's see what we have in next. We have here the different phases of virus in the virus life cycle. We have hereby the 4 phases. Let's check the 4 phases. The first one we have is the dormant one. The second one we have is this one is the propagation one. The third one we have is the triggering phase, and the most harmful or the most dangerous one we have is the execution phase, when the virus is in the 100% execution or phase of its life cycle. Let's move on to the next slide. The next slide says boot sector virus. I have told you earlier that what is a boot sector virus, or how does a boot sector virus infects a particular hard disk. Boot sector virus is categorized under the heading of one of the most dangerous viruses available. If a system doesn't boot, it would be of no use to us. Hence, boot sector virus is a dangerous one. Moving on to the next one. The next one says a macro virus. Now, what is a macro? Let's learn what is a macro. In general, the macro is a set of commands. You should all note down this. It's a set of commands and instructions that is used to automate the task, quite often used in MS Office package. We can see these macros in MS Word, in MS Excel, etc., that falls into the category of MS Office package. Now, the macro virus is designed, now the main definition of macro, the macro virus is designed to replace the existing macro and In case if there is no such macro saved in your system, it can even append itself, it can even add itself with a document or a spreadsheet, and then after adding itself to a document or a spreadsheet, it can cause the harm to an individual file, to the entire system, or to the entire of the application on which this macro is being executed. Now that was all for the macros. Let's check what we have next. We have the worm, WORM. I have told you earlier that replication of files is done by the worm virus. Now if the files are replicated, how does it can harm our system? Now this is a very general question. This is a common question asked by students to me. What if the files are being replicated? How it is harmful to a computer system? The answer is, the very first thing which I want to tell you here is, worm is most often executed on a network. Now, replication of worm or replication of worm virus or worm file increases the network traffic. The very first point that we get here is, on replicating files, the network traffic is increased. At last, that overloads our network. Now, if the files are increased on a network, it can cause a choke or a congestion in our network. Network traffic increases, hence increasing the load on a network, and once the load on a network is increased, the efficiency will automatically decrease. Now, this is a point where worm seems to be a bit dangerous one. Yes, worm is a dangerous one. Replication of files, duplication of files is done here in the worm virus. First file, second file, and the third file. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, and to the n replication figures. Now this is a harmful one. Moving over to the next one, we have the different ways in or different manners in which a virus can be executed. The first one we have is a time bomb virus. Now the name itself says what all concepts it follows. It follows the concept of a particular time instance. Say if I program a virus to execute itself on a particular time instance, it can be 9:00 am, then in that case the virus will auto execute itself at sharp 9:00 am. Now that would be a time bomb virus. Let's check the definition. A time bomb virus is a virus which is programmed to be auto executed, at a certain time instance, I've told you, I have given you an example here. Moving on to the next one, let's see what all concepts next we have in which a virus can be executed. The next concept that we have here is the logic bomb virus. Again, the name itself justifies. Logic bomb means a virus that executes on a particular logic. Now, what would be the logic here on which a virus can be executed? The different logics on which a virus can be executed can be, the very first one can be a physical action, say pressing of a key, say pressing of a mouse button, the RMB one, the right mouse button, the left mouse button, or on a click of mouse button, as I've told you, the logical one on a particular counter. Say if I programmed a virus to auto execute itself when the value of the counter reaches to 200. Now this is a logic. Hence that particular virus would be known as to be running on a logic bomb concept. Now clicking of a mouse, clicking of a button, value of a counter, these all falls into the category of logic bomb virus. Moving on to the next one. The next one says the antivirus. Now we have told you what virus is. Let's learn what are the ways to secure a system from the threat of virus. Now antivirus, we all know what antivirus is. Antivirus is again a computer program. Now we know virus is a computer program, so is the antivirus. Antivirus works very similar to the immune system of a human body. The immune system of a human body says prevention, and if it fails in prevention, the detection of the disease, and on detecting it heals the body. Now these all three concepts are followed by the antivirus too. The first one we have is the prevention one, followed by the detection one, and after detecting we have the healing one. Prevention, detection, and healing. Once the antivirus is installed on the system, the very first thing the antivirus does is the prevention. it makes sure that it makes sure that no virus attacks the system. In case the virus is successful in attacking a system, the antivirus moves over to the second phase, that is the detection. Now the antivirus detects what type of virus has infected our system. On detecting and on getting the result, it starts the phase of healing. It starts healing our computer system by deleting a file, by deleting that particular file, or by moving that particular file to the virus vault or the virus chest, or by isolating that particular file. These are the ways in which an antivirus heals our system. Now, that was all for the antivirus, and that was all for the today's video session. Hope you liked this video. Do comment us on www.mahendraguru.com, and please do subscribe your YouTube channel, that is www.youtube.com/c/Mahendra Guru videos. Your success is our success. Thank you.